Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Kerrash Landing, the Elite Dangerous Community Show. Now, Commander Crash here, and I am ecstatic, really happy to introduce my guest tonight. It is the lovely Kate Russell.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm good. I'm very excited to be in your headquarters.
Yay! Well, I should have a little picture of you up on the side, but I'm not that well prepared tonight. We were literally just...
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm in your headquarters, but also you're in my headquarters.
Oh, yes, of course we're dual streaming tonight, aren't we? And I am currently sat in Slough Orbital.
Yay! So my stream isn't on yet, people. But when we get into the action of, I think we're going to do a demo derby, right?
Yes, I always miss out. Every time you do a stream, it's like the last time I think I arrived the last 5 minutes and you were done, and I was like, oh, so close. So I'm here.
I'm fairly sure there's a large crew of people who are going to be queuing up to ram their ships into you.
yeah, crash into crash. I think that's the order of the evening, isn't it? So greetings
and
to
we're
everyone.
going to be in open play, people. So if you want to head over to Slough Orbital, Vespa M4 in open play, and we will have a demo derby later on. So Sidewinder, stock Sidewinders, people. Nothing more than that.
So I'm gonna head out now. I suppose paint jobs are okay there. We can switch paint jobs.
Yeah, you can switch paint jobs.
Okay.
And can I just say, I am so excited by the pink paint jobs in the new military pack. Oh my god, I have got a pink Sidewinder of death.
Oh, I saw that was a great screenshot you put up earlier on. Yeah, that was awesome. See, that's the problem with those paint jobs. Every time they bring it, I say, "Oh, that's nice actually." I must admit, I bought a few yesterday. I tend to gather all of the Cobra ones. I think I've got every single Cobra paint job.
And of course there's a massive sale as well, 40% off, a lot of stuff in the store as well. T-shirts, I've got my you'll see when I start my stream, I've got my new my event t-shirt on, which I bought at the 40% off sale as well. So
it's great. Bank holiday weekend.
Loving it.
Grab that stuff while you can. Absolutely. And there's some great stuff in the newsletter we can go over tonight as well. There's a lovely little sneaky peek. I don't want to spoil it, the sneaky peek of Horizons. It looks so good. So good. Oh, I know. It's awesome. But Kate, how have you been this week? What have you been up to?
I've been very good actually. You know, I've had a quiet week for work, so I've actually done quite a lot of stuff in game. I had a bit of a PvP lesson yesterday, which those of you who follow me on Twitter will already be aware of. After the Black Fleet, so I did the XYZ Fight Club last Saturday, and there was quite a lot of PvP in that, because obviously you're fighting against, you know, two up against, you know, head to head. And I was just abysmally bad. Yeah, basically, I did incredibly badly, and I decided to take a lesson. So I had a bit of a lesson in PvPing yesterday, which went a bit crazy.
Yeah, it can be brutal, I must admit. And I know the guys in the UGC that helped me out with several things before. They are damn good at their PvP, I must admit, and they practice regularly. And we were just saying, it's something that I've not done a lot myself. Mainly because, particularly doing things like piracy and things like that, I feel guilty. I feel really bad to get in and interrupt someone's day. But you know, something like CQC, where there's no risk and it's a bit of fun and everyone's just doing it, because it's a good laugh. You know, I think that's great. Like, you know, some of the GTA sessions we had.
Yeah, no, exactly. Do you know what? I'm looking at your channel over on the other computer, and it doesn't. Why does your channel not look like it's live? To me,
Live?
It says offline. Kerrash Landing. You've been offline this whole while.
I'm chatting away. Hang on, let me just check. It should be. I've hit the go button.
You're 2 R's, right?
Yeah.
Kerrash Landing. Playing.
We've had everyone say hi.
Maybe it's just my computer then.
No. I'm streaming. It's going.
You're definitely streaming, okay, yeah. And everyone can see it apart from me.
No.
According to my end of the machine, it's you're offline. Oh well, okay.
Let me check the profiles really quick on here.
It's probably me.
No. I think there's it's streaming, but I don't think it's going correctly.
It's not going to the live, not going to the web.
It's being recorded. What a wonderful start to the evening. Well, it's been recorded anyway. That's the main thing.
It was a good practice. Should we start again?
Yeah, let's just check the settings, see what's going on with this. live stream. Yep. Wonderful. Right, let me just stop that really quickly. I'll keep it recording, we might as well.
Let's just pretend that never happened.
Just, yeah, we'll just take it from the top. Technical difficulties. Gotta love it. This is where normally I've done all this 10 minutes before and it's all
I
ready to go and
know, it's because
everything's-
you're all up. Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least we noticed now.
10 minutes in, everyone's wondering, why is it? It's 8:05. Why is it? Why is it right. Right. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. I just. Right. Broadcast. Let's try that again. Right, I'll jump straight into it with me on the screen to save
Yeah.
everyone nothing, right?
Yeah.
Is it live? Is it live? I hope it's live, come on. I'm waiting for chat feedback.
Yeah, it's going live now.
Ah!
You know, I don't think it matters where you come from.
There we go. Greetings, Commander. Sorry for the false start on there. You'll see back in the YouTube video when you watch this back how much of a fool I just made of myself when I clicked it, and it was just not broadcasting to the right place. We were recording live, but it's fine now. It's all working. So once again, from the top, I shall introduce my lovely guest tonight. It's Kate Russell. How you doing?
Yay! Hello again. Fancy seeing you here.
Ah, yes, and hopefully it's all working lovely for everyone now. I think it's coming through. So hi to everyone in the chat. Sorry, I've not been ignoring you. I've been talking away, oblivious to the fact that you couldn't see me. So sorry for that. But it'd be fine in YouTube. We'll edit it all out. It'll look lovely. Everything will work fine. And yeah, never mind. Okay, so we were just saying I am in Slough Orbital tonight. Hopefully we're going to do a little bit of demo derby later on. Oh, I can see a couple of players. We are in open. Bubbles here. Haha.
Yeah, we
And
are
I
in
can
open
see you,
today,
Kate.
people. Head down there, Slough Orbital, Vespa M4, and a little bit later on we will be doing a demo derby, and it will be your first opportunity
Yes.
to basically Kerrash into Kerrash.
I'm just excited as well because, like I said, every time I've seen you do it, I'm like, oh, Kate's on. I'm going to jump on really quick. I'm going to get there, and every time I get there, it's like, oh, she's finished. Oh.
Yeah, they don't last long as well, to be honest. I mean, you know, it's quite fast paced and explosive. So yeah, we're looking forward to having you in the demo derby this time. And it is stock sidewinders, people. No upgrades, no shields, but importantly, you can have a paint job, and I am so excited for the pink paint jobs that have come out this week.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a little bit addicted to the paint jobs, I think. I wonder if I can get your picture up on there at some point. Oh, someone's bumping into me. Who's that? It's Bubble. Bubble just crashed into Crash. Now, is the rules, you have to go over the rules for me just because I think it's no shields, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, if you go down into the bowl around the airlock,
Yeah.
and you'll see as you sink down, there are two orange lines.
Yeah.
And the top orange line is your upper limit where you're allowed to basically be flying. So it's all got to take place underneath the orange, the second up to upper orange line.
Okay.
On my word, 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody flies around and just flies at each other, but it's no shields, and you must have report crimes against you turned off, because if you don't, as we've discovered repeatedly playing this game, the station makes pretty quick work of everybody. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun, and yeah, it's all in, and it's in stock Sidewinder, so you know it'll cost you around 20 grand to explode, but make sure that you've cashed in any bounties or disposable on death benefits that you've got first, because they will disappear.
I've got a couple of 100 credits for a bounty. That's fine. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Someone attacked me on the way in. I think it was. I thought, no, can't do that. Can't be having with that. I've got to take them out.
No.
So, okey-dokey.
And I will be streaming later as well. I thought I'd let you do your introduction. Now, are we talking about the newsletter first?
Yeah. So let's try and get that up on screen for everyone. Hopefully we can go through that without any more technical difficulty. Do you know, I've not had any issues with the stream for a long time, and then this evening I was just racing and racing to get back, and everything just went wrong. I was like, oh. So yeah, entirely my fault. Let's see if we can get this up on the screen for you guys. There we go. Newsletter 88. Doc Brown is going to be pleased with this one. So let's scroll down. So obviously, first thing, we've just touched on that, actually, the 40% off the paint jobs this week. So get, is it this weekend? Is it just for the...
Yeah.
Yes, just for the bank holiday weekend. Ooh, get into the store.
Very exciting, and not just paint jobs as well, but I'm now sporting my new event T-shirt, which was also 40% off. So.
Oh, no, there's so much merch I want. Every time I look at it, I was like, oh, that's nice. Ooh.
I know,
yeah,
it's bad,
ooh,
isn't it? It's bad. We spend so much money on things that don't really exist. But this is actually a T-shirt that I'm wearing, so it really does exist. So that's kind of good, you know.
Physical things, yeah. Physical atoms and everything. When you get that, that's quite nice, I suppose. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, this game has been crying out for some pink shipskins. And now we've got them for every, and they're in the military. I think it's called Desert Sand, the pink color, and it's in the military paint pack. But yeah, it's there. I think it's available for every ship. We were flying around with a couple of pink sidewinders and a pink orca yesterday, and I'm not going to go into detail any more than that about the formation that we were flying in. I shall let you leave that to your own imaginations, but it was very, very childish.
But that's what's great about the game. I think it's when people are making up their own gameplay, and I love that in the game. That's what I think is just really brilliant. Blaze your own trail, taken literally, I think is the key thing to remember there. Well, I can hear
exactly.
some drama in the background. Oh, someone just went pop.
That's me. Oh, hang on, where are you? Where's the front of this? I can't tell the front of the Sidewinder. Where's the front of the Sidewinder? Oh, there it is. There you are.
The pointy end.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of on top, really, rather than... There we are. Hello.
Hi.
See me.
There you are. Hey. Ooh, you've got the
chrome paint job on this one.
Yes.
Yeah, I like my. I'm not going to paint my Cobra pink. My Sidewinder is pink, but my Cobra's staying
fabulous.
Chrome. It's awesome.
Awesome, yeah, I do like the paint jobs. They are kind of addictive. Like I was saying earlier on, I've bought every single one for the Cobra now, at least. I've not got all of them for all of the ships, but definitely the Cobra. That's one I'm like thinking. I got the wireframe and I got all the special ones for the events and things. It's like I've got to have all of the ones for the Cobra at least. I think.
I missed the wireframe. I really want the wireframe. I hope they put that on sale again another time.
Hopefully,
want it badly.
Yeah, it was the problem because it was in and then out again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And speaking of which, that brings us nicely on to the next thing. The Lifetime Expansion Pass is going to close on the 14th of September. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. If you haven't already got it, which I think probably everyone in the chat that are regulars.
I would imagine most people have. You know, it's interesting because people keep asking me, you know, if it's worth getting the Lifetime Expansion, and it's a really, really difficult question to answer to somebody who's never played the game.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to play it and you're going to love it and you're going to want to keep playing it, you know, year in year out, then there's going to be a financial benefit in getting the Lifetime Expansion. And it's, you know, I can't give a subjective opinion about that because sorry, an objective opinion, because I'm, you know, I love the game and I want to keep playing it. So I already got the Lifetime Expansion pass, so
exactly. It's the same for myself as well. I've bought it the beta level or whatever it was to get it that first time. So now it's a non-issue for me and for many of us who backed it right from the very start. It's tricky. I mean, if you see yourself playing all of the planned features for the game, like, you know, getting out of your ship and going around, walking around all the station, all of that stuff, if you see yourself wanting that in one game and all of the things that come with it, then the Lifetime Expansion Pass is arguably the most value for money you can get. I mean, you know, at the price it is, it seems like a lot of money now, but in 5 years' time, when you've got all of these expansions and all of this stuff and you're not paying any more money, it is really good value for money. But if you're happy where you are at the moment and you don't want to, you know, to take that risk sort of thing, then it's hard to argue with someone that, oh yeah, you should get it. And I wouldn't force anyone to absolutely do it, but I think it's kind of strange, isn't it? It's like, well, if you don't want to spend out all that money now and you just want to see how it goes, you can just pay the incremental 30 or 40 pound, whatever the expansions are each year when they're doing another expansion pass for the next season. You can do that, and you can pay incrementally, but overall you're going to end up paying a lot more than anyone else. But
Rusty Swords is making a good point, and it's echoed by a few people in chat that, it is a lot of money, and not everyone has got that kind of disposable income just bang in one hit. So, in which case you can still do, as Huggy Monster says, you can still pay a 40 quid a year or whatever it's going to be to continue playing a game that you get more enjoyment out each year. So, yeah, it's difficult. It's a really difficult one to, because people want advice, and it's like, well, the advice that I give is if you can afford it, and you think you might like it, get it, but that's not really very helpful, is it?
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is, though, is if you pay the incremental, like 30, 40 pounds each year for the expansions, you're technically giving more money for Frontier, and it's kind of more beneficial to them. So it's kind of crazy, but either way, I mean, whatever anyone's comfortable with doing, I think, if you can't afford it now, then just do it incrementally. I had the same issue with my car insurance just last week. I was thinking, well, I can't really afford to pay it for the year, so I'm gonna have to put it on the direct debit. I'm gonna end up paying more by doing that. It's one of those silly little things, isn't it? But
and you can't afford to pay it for the year because you spent all your money on ship skins. That's why.
That's the truth. Yeah.
You need to figure out your priorities, young man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They don't do direct debits or anything in the Frontier store, so I can't. Just get
That's probably a good job.
Yeah, actually.
The way people spent money on Star Citizen, right, is probably a really good job.
As soon as there's a new skin in there, it's like, just charge it. Just charge my account. I don't care. There you go. Any questions in chat? Sorry if I've been chatting away, guys. Huggy Monster, it's just back to what we said there. Is it not better to pay the £40 each year? Yes, it is. And if I could put the extra £40 in each year, I would. But they won't let me. I went straight to Joe Cook, and she said, "No, you don't need to pay any more." I was like, "Okay, please,
nice,
please, can I give you more money?" Oh dear. So, Abacus is in the chat. Greetings, Commander. Now he's definitely one. I know he has got like every single ship skin out there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Terrible one there. But moving on.
A couple of awesome. Actually, we've got quite a few ambassadors in the chat as well. This is like a gathering of the ambassadors.
All together.
He's there too.
Oh, it's wonderful to see everyone in there. Thank you very much for joining in tonight. We will get on and play the game in a little bit, but I want to go through the newsletter really quickly on things. So the community goals, this update section of the newsletter, this is a new thing that Ed and Zach are really keen to get in. They're really pleased with this now. So they're going to be going over the community goals every week, which is wonderful. Going to give a breakdown of what you guys have been doing in the community goals, getting out there and so the news. Have you seen the new community goals, Kate, at all?
Yeah. I was just reading it earlier actually, and I'm really impressed with the initiative to bring a bit more of the narrative alive. Do you know what I mean? Because that's, I think, for those of us who are sort of content creators and we want our imaginations to be engaged, and I think some of the finer detail of the narrative can be lost in these larger community goal kind of objectives, because you get there and you see an objective which is a numbers thing, get so many things of this and do that with them, and then when we get to there you get this amount of money, and you can miss the kind of like the nuances of the narrative. So it's actually quite nice to have that kind of pointed out, the fact that this community goal, actually some eagle-eyed commanders noticed that it's they're terrorists, so they didn't want to help them. So yeah, that's nice. That's kind of it's gonna sort of thicken up the narrative a little bit, I think, and make it a bit more immersive in terms of the storyline.
Yeah, absolutely, and that goes to show with the spread of the plague as well, the Cerberus plague, which that got pretty much out of hand for a little while, didn't it? Where the community didn't respond to it initially, and it started to spread, and then thankfully everyone managed to stop it. Now I was quite surprised when they said that would have just spread uncontrollably if people didn't stop it, which was really great to see the guys trying to do that. I mean, at the moment, Frontier are kind of toying with the ideas. They're seeing what works, what they can do within the system, and I think there was a really good point that Michael Brooks put in his dev update, where he was saying that they'd rather do interesting community goals with the tools they have now, rather than build everything and then wait for everything to be in place, because he wants to do more. He wants to do these really interesting narrative pieces, like you said, and make it more deep and involving, but the tools and the assets to make that happen aren't quite ready yet. But they will be coming, and these things are going to get a lot more involving, and you can see that for these community goals this time around, actually.
Absolutely, and you know what, it's been really nice as well. Michael Brooks has been in touch with all of the writers of the fiction, and I don't know if anyone noticed it a couple of weeks ago. Some of the characters from my book were featured on the Galnet character update, so it just kind of like gave a bit of the. And you know what? Props to him, because I gave him sort of the biographies for a few of the characters, and he actually added to that from what he knew about having read my book. So that was kind of interesting. Interesting that he would do that.
Yeah, I think he done a great job of that. As soon as I spotted that, I thought, I wonder if Kate's had anything to do with that, or whether she saw that sort of thing. That's brilliant. I think it was talking about your character's mother, wasn't it? It was kind of filling in the gaps, which was quite nice.
Exactly. No, it's good. And so I guess that they want to do a bit more about that, in terms of getting people involved in the narrative, or maybe getting some of the characters involved in the narrative, the broader narrative. So it's really good. It's good to see that they're kind of beefing up the narrative for us as well.
Absolutely. I think that's something that Mr. Brooks has always been very, very keen to get it as good as it possibly can be, and I think he's just going to keep pushing the boundaries of that and making stuff. And I'm really excited, because like everything they've done is every little thing they do, like the community goals and stuff, they do like a little tester. They see whether one thing works. It's that's great. Let's fill that out with a couple of variables and make a slightly different variation of here. Did that work? Oh, great! Everyone responded to it. They thought that was great. And then eventually these things start to become just generated by the background simulation, which I think is wonderful. It's they kind of started off the game and it was almost like they were playing Dungeon Master. You know what I mean? And over time it's kind of like, oh, well, that worked really well. Let's just make the system build these events and things like that. So eventually these things are all just going to be naturally occurring dynamic things that the player base themselves are going to drive, which I think is thumbs up. It's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Really excited.
So speaking of excited, I must contain the squee. Yes, we've got a peek at the week from Horizons. Look at that. To make that as big as I can. That looks awesome. Now, I was zooming in on the details. It looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it?
Seriously, they've done such a good job. I mean, the artists and the concept artists for this game are just on point all the time, actually, anyway. But and there's a competition attached to that as well, isn't there?
Oh, there is, yes. Yeah, we'll get onto that. I must point out to everyone, though, that yes, this is in-game. I confirmed it today. This is in-game. This isn't a piece of concept art. This is how it looks. And I had a chat with Mr. Gaffer, actually, and he said to me that he was quite impressed, because they were showing the concept pieces, they were showing the trailer ready for the Horizon announcements, and then he was telling me that the great thing is that he's seeing stuff on the screens that these guys are making, and it looks better than the concept work and the and the stuff they do for the trailers. So I can't wait. I mean, you can see the real depth now. Even the sister body we see in the background here on the right, you can see the real depth in it. This was something that Eddie Simmons was really happy to talk about, was the fact that these planets are going to feel more depth to them now when you see the details on it, which is great. It's great.
yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
And everyone's going to be wanting to get really high resolution monitors. Hang on, now we're going to spend a fortune on 4K monitors for everybody.
I know. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about seeing it on 4K. I mean, it's the little things like what was it we were doing on there? When you look down at the cockpit HUD and you have like the compass on there, which was where's the compass gone? The compass is gone. Damn it. Compass. I can't. That's typical. Just when I want to talk about it, it's gone. There we go. The little compass. Now it's hard to see on a 1080p, but on a 4K monitor, there's like a grid lines over the compass, and it really pops. It really does stand out, which is crazy. But yeah, 4K monitors are going to be nice on this kind of content.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
But yes, so the competition attached to this one. Now, there's a couple of people that have been coming up with some really good guesses already, but if you can guess where this screenshot was taken, let's get it back on the screen. If you can guess where this screenshot is taken from, you get the chance to name your own planet. So, get soon, folks. I think there's a thread on the forum you can go by following the link on the newsletter here, and you can get to name a planet, which is really, really nice, actually, because that was quite a expensive level of the Kickstarter, wasn't it, to be able to name your own planet? So that's a nice little cushy thing to
What would
win.
you all name your planets, people? Shout out some
Yes.
names for planets. That'd be. This is a family show. Please remember.
Yeah.
Because
Because I just I can see Commander Psycho Cows in there. Greetings.
Yay,
Yeah.
Mrs. Cow have just arrived.
Yeah, nice suggestions. You can have nice suggestions. But yeah, if you can guess where that is now, I'm just wondering whether I can pick out constellations in here. I'm just looking at these stars, and that's the wonderful thing about the Elite Dangerous Galaxy, is that it's realistic. So yeah, there's all these little clues in this image. I'm wondering whether
Yeah,
I
they
can
wouldn't
figure
have
it
made it so completely random that no one could actually guess it. Because when it comes to lucky dip of which star system is it, we've got
Well, so-
400 billion to choose from, right? That's quite a lot of guessing to go down.
Oh, could you imagine? Yeah. It's CD645928 planet B. Oh, it's the
Yeah.
satellite of that planet. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Oh, yes. No, I don't think
Wow,
they're
we've
going to
got
be
some
that
good names. Jethro, Arda, Golga Fritchum. I hope you haven't just made me swear in some foreign language there, Trevor. Foxia. Good names, people.
Bob. I like Bob. Nice and simple. Planet
Bob,
Bob.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a strange name for a planet.
All the Bobbians. Yes. No mention of what kind of planet it is, though. I'm gonna have to try and get that out of Zach. See what kind of planet we can name in there. But,
Nice. Well, we've already seen what I do when I get to name a planet. Slough. Did you hear me and Mad Dog went to Slough last Friday?
Oh, I was
so
watching some
fun.
of the Periscope back. That was hilarious. He was
We
showing
went
us that.
Actual Slough, and I've got an inflatable hammer, which is now part of my strength. It's beyond brilliant.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. No, Mad Dog was an absolute legend. He was so lovely, and we had a great evening. I think we just stayed up playing exploding kittens and getting extremely drunk, and I still did not let slip any information. So sorry.
Very impressed. Very impressed.
He did ask a couple of awkward questions. I was like, yeah, no. Not going to tell you.
I hope Mrs. Kerrash kept him in order.
No. He was absolutely lovely. We had a brilliant time. So let's move on to the next part of the newsletter. Actually, we've got the dev update. Now we did touch on this briefly. There's a lot of information here about the obviously Xbox One, the CQC update. The game preview program 2 that did hit had a lot of changes, but there is a patch going in, I think, which is going to improve some of the matchmaking things, which is going to be a godsend for a lot of players, because I know it's really unfortunate. This is the problem with betas. A lot of players have not been able to get into matches, and myself included. I've been checking every night if I can log on to the Xbox and do it, but I'm just playing the matchmaking screen game with the little spinny icon, which is a real shame. But
It was interesting to hear to read actually about the I like the tiering of the they've been quite clever with that, the sort of prestige tier levels, because it will repopulate the matchmaking kind of bank at the bottom end with the top end players, and so that's that's kind of cool that you'll get that kind of repopulation. So hopefully it will build the number of players that there are all through the different levels. That's kind of cool, but I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed though. I was expecting, it's all like, oh yeah, it's out on the 31st. I've got big plans for Monday, and now this newsletter says after the bank holiday. That's not the 31st, that's the 1st.
Yeah.
That's the 1st. It's not going to be out for Monday, is it?
Oh, I think the guys are probably going to be pulling out all the stops over this weekend by the sounds of it, and it's not been unknown for them to stay up. I mean, I know the one time I went in there, they said that some of them were up until 5 a.m. on the Monday morning. They'd stayed all weekend, and just as I arrived, they were going home. Because, yeah. So it's.
No, I'm not
Fingers
really.
crossed.
I mean, I'm not really angry because obviously, they've
it's-
got lives and families and whatnot. But and actually, in terms of delivering, not massive. If you look at most other games on a scale of like this, they completely miss by a clear mile most deadlines. So Frontier are pretty good at deadlines, but I was hoping to be able to play it on Monday.
Yeah. I think that's the great thing, is that we're all passionate about it. We all want to play the game, and when it's not there, it's like, oh,
Give me my game now.
But no, it's that's the problem with development schedules and things like that. It's very, very tricky to estimate, and that at the end of the day, when you set a date, it is an estimate. You don't know. There are so many unknowns. You just can't tell whether or not you're going to hit it, and you make a best guess at it, and it's like, yeah, okay, we're stamped that in the ground, and then it's like.
But listen, if we can land a rocket on an asteroid on Rosetta, surely we can.
We can pretend to do it in a simulation.
Yeah.
Oh, Revian's just joined us.
enough.
Greetings, Commander Revian.
Hey, Revian.
So so the prestige thing, for those of you who didn't catch up on that, so the idea is when you're playing games in CQC, you gain experience, which gives you ranks, and then there's another tier to it. When you get up to rank 50, you can reset that back to go up a prestige level, up to 9 levels of prestige. And it's quite important to say, I think, because someone was asking, like, oh, is that going to take a while, because getting up to rank 50 and then reset, it's like, oh, whether I can be bothered with that. I must say, about 3 or 4 matches, and I was like up to rank 6. It goes really quickly. It's just a handful of matches. It's not going to take you long to get up to rank 50. Hopefully that'll be a bit of a slope, a bit of an exponential curve to it. I think that would make sense. But yeah, it's quite an interesting thing that it allows you to step back down, and then eventually you can earn credits in the game. Now, that might be a little bit of a contentious thing. What do you think
about these kind of deathmatch style, and I've seen it with lots of different types of game, sort of normally this sort of first-person shooter genre as well. It's not about attaining levels, on that. It's not about progressing and ranking through levels. It's about having a match with people.
Yeah.
And the outcome of each individual match is a game in its own right. And it's not, for me, I'm not looking forward to ranking up in CQC. I don't really give a damn about ranking up, although it'd be nice when you begin to rank up to have the options for upgrades and being able to customize the ship to your play style.
Yeah.
I might not even go through the prestige levels, because that's also, you don't have to. You can stay at rank 50 and have all of your upgrade opportunities. I've just seen you driving into people on the street. But it's really down to how you play. But I think for most people, the CQC matches will be about the game and the instance and the getting in there with a bunch of mates and just blasting each other to pieces, rather than attaining levels.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing that you've got to remember about it. It's about just having fun, just getting that instant action, just having a bit of a blast, and that's the fun thing about it. The ranking things, like I said, it doesn't take very long to get up to it, and I know there was a couple of people that were worried about that. Oh, it's not a level playing field for like that PvP style play. So is it really going to work? And I think it works fine. Like I said, a handful of matches, and I've unlocked a bunch of ships, and I'm up to rank 6. Just boom, boom, boom. It's like, oh, this doesn't really make much of an effect. It's just something it's a goal to set yourself. You know what I mean? It's something to attain. You can say that.
Yeah.
You want to make yourself get up that curve, and just jump in and just have the play. And of course, you have the option to whether or not you want to reset and use that prestige, which I think is a really interesting way of doing it, because some games you'll rank up and you've got no option. You'll reach that maximum rank and it's said and done. You can't kind of set yourself a challenge and go back down to the basic ship sort of thing. So I think they've done a really good job of that, and I'm keen to try it out to see how it feels.
Bumble's asking, why is it linked to the main game? Why is CQC linked to the main game at all? And I think it kind of has to be. First of all, I think it's actually really clever to have a small financial incentive to get people to rank back down to 1, because otherwise you're going to have a very fat heavy end of players at 50, and then just a dribble in time, in the fullness of time, as new players come in. And this is, again, it's always the problem when you come into a game late in the day, especially if it's your opponents are matched by level. It's very thin at the bottom end. There's not that many people to play with, and you've got then a massive slog to get up to the higher level where all the players are.
Exactly.
But if you've got that kind of in-game linked incentive to get back down to the lower tiers to bring new players up, then I think that's a really healthy way to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's the key thing. Is what you said there is an incentive. That's what it's there for. It's not because I think a lot of people were worried that people could just go in and completely blitz through the PvP stuff in the CQC mode, get billions of credits, and then come back into the main game and destroy it. So Frontier have already quite clearly said that they don't want to allow that kind of thing, and they've been very careful to not say what sort of amounts of credits you're going to be making in CQC mode. It might be, just enough to incentivize you to try it, but not enough for you to completely unbalance the game by, making millions, going and buying an Anaconda in the open play, and just ruining it sort of thing. So, I think
you'll get a badge. You'll get a badge by your name, right? So other players can recognise your awesome skills in the CQC arena. So I think that's going to be a big draw for a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it's basically a fourth path of progression I'm going to have to work up.
It's an EP, basically. It's an
that's,
additional EP.
That's what it is.
Am I allowed to say that on your screen?
That's fine. It's perfectly, that's what I was thinking anyway. But anyway. I think one of the interesting things actually, it says 9 levels of prestige. Of course, that maps directly with the 9 ranks you get in the other elite paths, doesn't it? Because you have 9 in each one. So obviously you're going to work up from, I forget what it was now. You haven't. In combat, it was mostly harmless, mostly aimless, mostly penniless. What was the one in mostly...
Oh God, I don't know.
I can't remember. If someone in chat can remember what it is. I know Zach and Ed have told me several times and I've completely forgotten what it is. That's going to bug me until I know. But yeah, so it is. It sounds like there's 9 levels of prestige are going to equate to saying that you've gone through the ranking system that number of times, so people are going to be able to see your CQC rank in the main game. It's going to be, if he's elite prestige, and that's going to be level 9 sort of thing. That's going to be you don't want to mess with someone who's that good at PvP.
Mr. Junk says mostly AFK.
Yeah. I tend to do that's the problem. There we go. So what else have we got in there? So I think that's pretty much everything that Mr. Brooks was talking about in the newsletter, in the dev update, I should say. The 2 interesting points for me, because I'm really into my eye candy. So there's 2 new levels coming in the next update as well: the Ice Field and Asteria Point.
Yes, and tunnels.
Yes. There's only a few little tunnels in the current level. I don't think it's Elevate. I think it's the other map. What's it called? I forget what it's called. So there's a few tunnels in there, but the Asteria Point one there's a lot of interconnected tunnels and all. I think I've played that one. Sorry. And I did see the Icefield one. It looked absolutely awesome. At the time, I don't think they'd actually finished the graphics with it. And I think this is the thing that people don't realise about game development. Is the art goes in last. You tend to build just great boxes of everything to make sure that the flow of a level is work, and then you kind of fill in the gaps. So it's I can't wait to see it. Even though I've seen the level kind of being built, I've not seen it finished. So I really want to see the ice field in its full glory when it's done. A couple of responses. Aimless art card is out. I think that's correct. Yeah, aimless and mostly aimless.
Mostly rage quitting, Playpy says. Mostly repairing. Mostly evasive. I think mostly cannon fodder, Fluffy Bun. Yes, very good.
I think that's gotta be my rank actually. I must admit that there are some damn good players that I've gone up against on the Xbox for CQC, and it was fantastic actually. It was really, really good fun to get in and play a couple of matches, and then you see the skills of people already out there. It's like, yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough.
But you know what? It's going to improve the combat skills of people in the game as well, because there's, it's low risk, isn't it? You go in, you don't, you're not going to lose your nice ship. You're not going to, sort of upset anyone by PvPing the wrong person.
Yes,
that can happen. And I think it, generally speaking, it should hopefully elevate everyone's skill levels in combat outside of CQC as well, which will make for an improved game all round.
Yeah, because goodness knows I need to practice. Yeah, no, like I said, it's tricky because I don't want to get into PvP and kind of annoy another player. I love playing the co-op. I absolutely love playing co-op and helping people out. I've done it numerous times. I just bumped into players and just said, "Oh, do you want to help me with this in this sector? Do you want to do this?" And it's like, "Yeah, it's great. You know, it's brilliant fun." But with PvP, I always feel really mean beating up other players. I don't know what it is, but it's just me.
It's tough, it's tough, but there's as we were saying before you actually turned the stream on to record. After last week's Fight Club, I did appallingly in a PvP sort of 1v1 battle tournament style, and I was just dead embarrassingly quickly. And the guys there were like, well, we'll give you some lessons if you want. And so we went and had a lesson. Started out in a pink Sidewinder, and stuck some some railguns on it, fixed weapons, and it was really interesting actually learning the and I've got a load of video. Actually, I'm going to cut down a video this weekend and share it with people so that they can sort of like learn along with me. But it was really interesting to sort of like learn the very different play style for when you're playing against real humans as opposed to the AI of a computer. And in that kind of like one-on-one battle scenario, or sort of wing against wing scenario, it's a very different play style. And when you get in with a group of people who are all playing the same, it's a bit like those of you who've ever watched us or joined us playing Grand Theft Auto 5. It was a ton of fun. Everybody sort of jumped out of their expensive big ships, and we're in Sidewinders or Cobras or Vipers or stuff that wasn't too expensive to lose. And for the most part, people were just having a laugh and flying at each other and shooting at each other and sort of jeering and cheering, and it was just a bunch of fun. But obviously you do need to be careful that people don't get caught in the crossfire that don't want to be caught in the crossfire, and that is the danger. A few people didn't take it as fun, and it was a shame that they didn't just kind of leave the area rather than hanging around to allow themselves to get tangled up in it. But again, it's a free world. They could be there as well, but yeah. Well, it's exhilarating. Flying, battling against other humans is exhilarating. It really is.
Yeah, it is. And then the couple of times when I have got into a little bit of PvP in the game, and it has been really, really nerve-wracking. But at the same time, it's like when you manage to survive, it's like, damn, that was really exciting. I wasn't expecting that. I was just happily pottering along, and it's like suddenly interdicted, get into a battle, and then finally escape, sort of thing. It's like, whew, and then your heart rate's going. You think, yeah, that's you can kind of see what David wanted to do by making it open and just getting people together and playing those kind of things, which is great.
Yeah. And there's private groups. And there's solo play if you don't want to be involved in that. So it's they've kind of got all bases covered. What's really exciting as well is actually I took part in the the Black Fleet XYZ Fight Club, and then a few weeks previously the Seoul Grand Prix, and that's racing against other players around the space station. And just the buzz that you get, the adrenaline rush when you're waiting in the start line, and they're checking all the races off, and then it's 3, 2, 1, go, and then everybody boosts together for the exit, and it was just like, wow, that's kind of like a proper rush. So definitely, I recommend if you haven't taken part in any of these. And we've got myself and Fiery Toad and Mad Dog and Bubble. We're arranging a big event for the beginning of October, which you guys need to keep an eye on. As soon as we've got the dates secured, we're going to make an announcement, and it's going to be a massive, fun, sporting day of wonderment. So yeah.
I can't wait. I must admit that Dog did kind of slip a couple of things through, and I thought, right, I'm going to keep stum. I'm not going to tell anyone. I
don't know how much I can say because the date isn't solid yet, but beginning of October there's going to be a subreddit for people to sign up. It's going to be a load of different events throughout the day, and it's just going to be a ton of fun, and the Demolition Derby is going to be one of them. So
brilliant. I can't wait. It sounds really, really fun, actually. I can't wait for that.
And Frontier is supporting us as well, by the way. I mean, that's another thing that Frontier have, they're really, Zach and Ed together now are really on it with in terms of supporting player groups and also player organised events. So they're going to be guesting for the day to tell us about some of their plans. But they're completely behind us as well. So it's really good to have that.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. I think Zach and Ed together, they've just done wonders for the things in the community. They really have been pushing out. They wanted to do this from the very beginning, but of course they've been very busy, and now they've got everything settled. They know where things are, and they really are driving this thing. You can see, I mean, with the community goals, the competitions they've been running almost non-stop. They really are keen to just do as much back to the community as they can, sort of thing, which is wonderful to see. I must admit, they just think we're great, and they want to just give something back, which is just it's lovely to see them doing it. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah. And Playpy's right, actually. Playpy's hashtagging that Zach Ed. We're trying to
Zach
get them
Ed.
to name a planet, right? So you need to tweet Frontier with the hashtag Zach Ed
Zach Ed,
to
yes.
say, let them name it. We need a planet named Zach Ed.
Excellent. Yeah, if we can convince whoever manages to win the competition for the
Yeah,
to name the planet,
Zach
name it
Ed.
Planet Zach Ed. Yeah.
If there's, well, I think we should do a mass Sidewinder face plant as well on the planet Zach Ed as soon as it's named.
Just everyone smash into it at the same time. Would be wonderful.
Not the face. Mad Dog reached Tag A as well, by the way, this week.
Yes. I missed it because it was
Props
like
to him.
silly o'clock in the morning, wasn't
4
it?
o'clock in the morning. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night. It was ridiculous.
But no, yes, congratulations to Mad Dog on that. That was absolutely wonderful. And he is heading on his way back now, isn't he? I managed to catch a little bit of his stream yesterday, and he's on his way back now. Had a couple of slip-ups on his way back. I think, did about 86% whilst I was watching him, so yeah. Is he going to make it home is the question.
That is a big question.
Scary. So we've got a couple of little bits left in the newsletter we'll go over, and then hopefully, do you think we've got enough people for the destruction?
Yeah.
Enough people
A few
now?
people are asking in open chat, how do they enter? All you do basically is go and get yourself kitted out with a stock Sidewinder. You can buy them in Slough Orbital Station. Park up the ship you've arrived in, buy yourself an off-the-shelf stock Sidewinder. I don't get commission from Slough Orbital Station, so this isn't a ruse, it's genuine. Sell the shields, basically sell everything off it that you can sell, because it is going to get blown up, so you may as well make it as cheap as possible for yourself to cash in on the insurance. If you can buy an amazing paint job like pink or something, that would be awesome. And then you just need to come into open play and hang out here in the Slough Orbital Station airlock ring. Just hang out peacefully. Turn report crimes against me off, because otherwise it gets very messy.
Very quickly.
And just hang out here, and I'll explain a bit more. I'll turn my stream on when we're going to do that, and I'll explain a bit more about how that works.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to go sell my shields up really quickly then, because I didn't think of that. I'm going to sell everything on this little sidey.
Yeah, I mean, you could just turn it off, but if you sell everything, that just saves you a few credits.
Yeah. I think I've got a little bit of change left over, so I should be okay. But I might as well, as I'm here, because every time I go outside, someone else bumps into me. And it's like...
Yeah. By the way, people, I'm in a Cobra, and I have got report crimes against me turned on, because I'm commentating. And after last night, I feel that there may be a few people who are out for some revenge, so I want the protection of the space station on my side. So don't try ramming me, because if you do, my space station's going to shoot your ass. Just saying.
Oh dear. Right, so I'll get kitted up for that really quickly, then I'll head back outside. Does it tend to be is how many do you think you normally have in your?
Well, it depends really. There's it's normally quite full. There's normally sort of like 10 or 12. It depends how many people. I can already see in the zone human beings, and let's face it, no one comes to Slough unless they have to. I can already see in the zone 1, 2. No, I'm just counting Sidewinders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can already see 8 Sidewinders in the zone, so we've got at least 8 competitors.
Oh dear, it's gonna get messy.
Unless there's just some random commanders hanging out in Sidewinders in Slough, in which case they probably should think about their life and what they're doing with it. If you're in a Sidewinder in Slough, to be fair, and you're not here for the Demolition Derby, then you need to seriously evaluate your life goals.
What are you doing? What are you doing? So I'm going to leave it to the chat quickly whilst we go over that. It's like which paint job I should have. I'm going to leave that on the screen there for everyone.
Yay, which paint job? Which paint job? Pink! Why don't you have pink?
I don't have pink in it. I know it's not good. I haven't bought it for the Sidewinders.
I like the one with the blue stripes. What's that?
The blue, which is that? The nice. Blue Saran, I think.
The light blue stripes. That's kind of funky.
That one.
the one with the flames looks like you've already blown up, which might,
It's appropriate.
preemptive,
Yeah.
preemptive blown up.
It's gonna happen. Rat King suggesting purple. I do like the purple. I see the purple one. I ended up getting the vibrant pack specifically because my wife liked purple. That's why I got it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Is Mrs. Kerrash going to be cheering you on?
I think she was in the chat
Sideline.
early on. Yeah, she might. She might be putting the boys.
Come
to
on,
bed,
watch
and-
your husband get blown up.
Yeah, she's gonna love that. Which ones we got on there? Purple matches the shirt. Is my shirt coming out in purple? It is, isn't it? This is a blue shirt. It's coming out in purple again. Yellow brightest target. That's a good point. Yeah. Orange sidewinder. That's
Make it some
appropriate.
dark.
Yeah. Yellow or maybe purple.
Yeah,
Merc
orange
edition.
sidewinder, really, kind of with the live radio, right?
Yeah, we've got a couple of people saying orange, and that's going to be a nice bright target. And I don't think anyone else outside is currently in orange, are they? So. Okay, let's.
Did
let's
we
take
have
orange.
anything else on the newsletter to go through?
There might be one or two things. I mean, I was just scrolling down through the comms chat, which was there was some good screenshots this week. I have watched the videos of these already, and I think a lot of people already have. Don't shoot the capital ship was a fun one. Where someone was like, what happens if you do this? It's like, yeah, boom, very quickly.
I penetrated a capital ship once. Actually, it was in Seoul when I went to visit Earth, and there's a capital ship by Earth, and I penetrated it in my. I think I was in a Viper, and it wasn't very happy with me. I went inside its superstructure, and it was like, nah.
Yeah, get out.
But it couldn't get me because I was inside it. But as soon as I came out of it, it shot me very badly.
Like, yeah, get out. No, it's good fun. See, I haven't been back into near a capital ship in a long time actually, so I should get back and try one of those soon. Some of the other things. Yes, there was a really, really fancy landing here by Commander Fat Haggard. That was I watched that video back as well. That was really, really. There's some fancy flying near an outpost, and this awesome shot of planet Earth there. You can see that North and South America on there. I must go back to Sol again sometime because you forget how fantastic it is to kind of look at Earth and realise it's like, damn, that's.
Yeah, it's
nice that
crazy,
in there.
And it kind of gives you a sense as well. I must admit, I was a little bit in a little bit of wonder when I went to Seoul and went and visited Earth, and it's just like when you look at it in that way, it gives you a sense of the scale. It's difficult when you're standing on Earth to imagine the scale of the galaxy, but when you sort of fly in from from Slough and arrive at Earth and then look down on Earth, then it's kind of like it gives you that kind of like almost a backward look at the scale of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because when you look at some of the other planets, you don't recognise the land masses, so it just kind of looks like an amorphous blob of land. You don't really appreciate the scale. But when you look back at Earth, you're like, wow, you realise the scale of these things. So when you get to being able to land on them, it's the play spaces they're here. It's going to be insane. It's going to be so crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. So yeah, a couple more points in the newsletter. I really want to point out on here. So the fuel rats. Hat tip to those guys. They have done a fantastic job of saving people around the galaxy. I've seen a couple of their escapades and on Twitter, and the support guys are really impressed with what they've been doing. But this recent one in here, a 31,500 light year rescue. That is impressive. That's further than Sajay.
Wow.
So,
That's some serious commitment to cooperative play.
yeah.
Those people should be given a medal.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's great to see them named in the newsletter here. So we've got Commander Paul Kavinsky and Commander Rusticolas went out in pairs to kind of gather the fuel and kind of jump with each other, and they got out there and rescued Commander the Hairy Mob. So.
Then the hairy mob was just sitting there waiting for how long was that? Like 2 weeks?
It was a long time. I know they were rushing all weekend to do it. I think it took a few days for them to get out there and back. But yeah, I mean, fair play to them. That is commitment.
I think Commander Rusticulus isn't in chat. I thought I recognised the name, but it's not.
Commander Rat King is in there. It's really wonderful.
Brilliant, guys. Seriously, hats off to you. I think in terms of all of the different sort of styles of play, that level of commitment and is just simply heroic. Yeah, absolutely.
Just like we were saying right from the very start, is this idea that people are making their own gameplay and doing these things. These guys have just thought, we can do this. We can help players. We can go out and do this. No.
Oh, XYZ Fight Club gets a mention as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I was going to get onto that. So yeah, and this is a certain Commander Angel Rose mentioned in the bottom there.
Oh, really? I haven't even read down that far because it only landed in my inbox at 7:45. So I'm like, I got as far as the beginning of comms chatter. Cool. So what's the rest of it say?
So let's read this out then. So, the popular gladiatorial tournament known as the XYZ Fight Club took place again this weekend. Our reporters were ringside for the spectacle. Pilots descended on Athena, pitting dogfighting skills against one another in both light and medium ships. Criminals targeting participant Commander Angel Rose marred the start of the event and forced an evacuation of the Derby orbital, but Commanders Rhea and Link 1973 ensured that contingency arenas allowed combatants and spectators to avoid further harassment.
Yeah, and actually props as well to the players who were mostly the Imperial Inquisition players who came along and acted as bouncers for the night as well, keeping the interlopers busy. Yeah, it was an awesome night actually. It was so much fun, and one of the reasons why I got interested in trying a bit of PvP, because it was, although it was kind of like unplanned and unsanctioned, it was kind of exciting too. So it was well, war, what's it good for? Making friends, actually.
yeah. So brilliant. So I think we are all set for this D-Derby. So I'm going to go ahead and try my best to shut up, which is going to be hard for me. And Kate, I think we.
Right, I'm going to start streaming
Okey-dokey.
so that people can see my. So, hang on, let me just start streaming. Now, okay, I am now streaming. So people, I'm going to be commentating, and you'll be able to watch the whole of the action from my perspective, but you might be better off actually just sticking on Kerrash's perspective, because he's going to be down in the action and twirling around. I'm often jealous of you people that you get to do the Demolition Derby and I just get to sit up here and direct it all. But for those of you who have not played a Demolition Derby before, there's no kind of official entry or anything. There's nothing fancy going on here. No fancy schmancy. Basically, if you are intending to participate, if you could sink yourself down into the airlock bowl and just sit here quietly and peacefully whilst I explain the rules. There are 2 orange lines around the circumference of the airlock rings here. The upper line is your top level of your playing area. Everything needs to happen below that line, so do not fly above that line. I will be observing from the lip, and if I see you consistently flying above that line, then you will be considered to be avoiding the battle and you will be eliminated. If you get hit by another player, or you kind of bounce out because you hit the superstructure, then you will fly out sometimes out of the play area. As long as you are going straight back in again, you've got a reasonable but limited amount of time to get back into the affray before I will call you as being eliminated. Shields off. I will be doing spot checks. If I see anybody with a shield on, I will shoot them. And you will have report crimes against me turned off, which you'll do now. So I will not get wanted for shooting you. So just so you know. So please do. If you don't know how to turn report crimes against me off, go to your right hand panel. It's under functions, and you scroll down to report crimes against me, and then you do just tag it to turn it off. And that way, and it will be very obvious if you haven't got report crimes against me turned off, because as soon as anyone bumps into you, the space station will shoot them. So basically, we had a situation last week where one of the players hadn't turned it on. I can't even remember who it was. And after about 3 minutes into the match, the space station started shooting everybody apart from, I think, one person was left alive. So report crimes off against me, and your shields turned off. Those are the only rules. Other than that, you just need to stay in the play area until there is one person left alive. I shall be observing from the edge, and I will be calling the race. So for those of you who aren't here, I will do my best to commentate and to tag the people, and ideally tag the people who are about to explode so that you can see them explode, because that's what we're here for at the end of the day. Right, so I'm going to say in chat to see if everybody... I wonder if they're, because I think actually the Sidewinder is probably the best. After this first one, I might go and change into my Sidewinder, because I think the Sidewinder is probably the best ship to commentate from as well, because you've got a much clearer view of everything. But for now, I'm going to say, commanders, ready. If you are not ready, now speak. If you are not in the bowl, speak up. Give them a few seconds. Okay. Spot checks on shields. So this is where I just do a very quick spot check to make sure that nobody's forgotten to turn their shields off. So, Chris Hankey, no shields. Bubble, no shields. Who else have we got? It's very dark in there today. Kiana, no shields. Sellers and Lake, no shields. Okay, so spot check's done. Going. Oh, just going in 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay, so and they are off in this, the first time that Kerrash Landing and Commander Moose already taking a tumble. Oh, Commander Chiana taking a tumble as well, and oh, somebody's out.
That's
Somebody's
already me.
Oh, Commander Kerrash was the first one out. Oh my god, Commander Kerrash. This rookie pilot has really had a big lesson to learn today. Commander Fluffy Bun there, coasting around at 67%, and Commander Chris Hankey at 62%. There is no honour in finishing this event with 100% hull, people. If you have got 100% hull, you didn't try hard enough. Oh, Commander Chiana there, taking a bit of a tumble. He's spinning out. Sellers and Lake, also a newcomer, just back from a rather long exploration trip. He's down to 18% already. I know this commander was nervous about coming here into open play and flying Healther Leather around Slough Space Station airlock, and it's clear to see he's being cautious now. Commander Chris Hankey there, taking it easy at 48%. Commander Bubble, who was the winner last time of this event, he's at 62%. He seems to be taking it a little bit on the back foot. He is in Scotland at the moment. Apparently, maybe the people in Glasgow have scared him to death, and he's playing it calm. Commander Chiana, 42%. Oh, somebody's leaving the arena. Who's leaving the arena? That's Commander Chris Hankey. He needs to get back in quickly, or he will be... Oh, he's got himself caught on the superstructure, trying to get back in, and he's dead! He tried to get back in on the outside of the superstructure. That's the wrong way to go. And Commander Moose getting thrown out of the arena again. He flies back in. Is he going to come in via the wrong entrance? Let's hope not. Commander Sellison Lake still at 18%. He's taken no damage since we were last spotting him. Commander Bubble there doing a bit more damage. He's down to 51%, but playing it relatively safe. Salazan sticking close to the toast rack there. He's not putting himself in danger. A lot of these players now. Fluffy Bun, 55%. Oh, somebody is spinning out. That was Commander Moose. He's down to 28%. Commander Moose there, the only one. Oh, somebody took a big boom, a big bada boom. I think that was a tangle with Commander Bubble, who now, in that little tangle, has finished with just 10% hull. Somebody else. Oh, Commander Bubble's out. Commander Moose is down to 14%. Commander Moose down to 14%. He's spinning out, but he's managed to get himself under control. And he's back in the match, but he's still out of control. This commander is not really sure which way is up and which way is down, and he's just gone face first into the superstructure. He took out whoever that was he crashed into with him. Was that both of them? No? Okay.
Yep.
Commander Chris Hankey is inside the space station, so that's no good. Commander Fluffy Bun appears to be... Is Commander Fluffy Bun the only commander left in the race? Commander Fluffy Bun. Yes, indeed. Commander Fluffy Bun on 8% hull is the winner of this round of the Sidewinder Demolition Derby. Commander Crash swooping in there to give him a victory no! Congratulations to Commander Fluffy Bun. Commander Fluffy Bun, of course, the designer of our Slough sign emoticon, for those of you who are subbed to my channel. So congratulations to Commander Fluffy Bun. Commander Fluffy Bun, blow yourself up or go and get repaired, whatever you want to do. We're going to have a second round and we'll see if Commander Kerrash can last a little bit longer this time.
I think. Oh, that was what I think. I make a much better cameraman than I do a competitor. I think. Like I said, I've never done that before, so I thought, oh, I'll boost and I'll try and get the drop on. It's like, no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
7%.
No, you don't want to be like not right early on either when there's a lot of commanders around. Okay, go and get repaired up, Commander Fluffy Bun, and let us see. So everybody who is interested in going in for the next round, you are welcome. Commander Fluffy Bun is just stuck there in the entrance. Commander Fluffy Bun, wake up. Wake up. Do you want me to shoot you? I'm happy to shoot you if it's quicker. Okay, so Commander Fluffy Bun is entering the space station. Commander Simulator is demo derbying on her own. She's stuck in the superstructure. We haven't even started yet. She's down to 46%. Commander Simulator, your daughter might be an awesome singer, but I have to say, as a Demolition Derby Sidewinder pilot at 11%, 0%, boom! We haven't even started the match yet. Well done. It was a good practice run. Okay, so we are waiting for a few commanders to come out of the station now. Simulator, we're going to give you a few minutes to get yourself repaired and get, well, not repaired, rebought. I think Commander Simulator is probably the person we will be waiting for last. So, Simulator, if you could tell me in chat when you are ready. Simulator, say in local when you're out. And of course the yeah, no, as Fluffy Bun's pointing out, the lag is obviously an issue, and I am partnered now, so I can actually reduce the lag from broadcast to screen time, but it gives people without a really beefy connection, it gives them trouble. Commander Kerrash, you might want to just stay still for now because you're going to damage people or yourself before the match.
Hands off throttle and stick.
Hands off throttles, everybody. I want to see stationary sidewinders ready for battle. We are waiting for a few people, and Commander Nat's Right is coming out as well now. Nat's Right, of course, is a long-term competitor in this event. She has got some skills up her sleeves that most commanders can only dream of. So, be warned, people. Sellers and Lakers there, ready for another go. He made a brave effort. Chana's Geek asking for painkillers. I think that's probably because he face planted the space station. Always a little bit painful when you do that. Okay. Let's see who's a kind of Fluffy Bun's just coming over. Okay. I'm gonna ask in chat, commanders, anyone not ready yet? Let's just see if we are waiting for anybody. Yeah, we're in open today. Tech Geek 10, we are in open. Sellers and Lakes ready, Fluffy Bun's ready, Hanky's ready, Bubbles ready, Kiana's Geek is ready. Moose has farted. I presume that means he's ready. Yes, Moose has confirmed. He's past wind. He is ready. That's good. And Nat's Right is ready. We are just checking if Simulator. Simulator, are you coming out? Simulator was the last person I saw die. Let's see. How are you feeling, Kerrash? Is it exciting?
A bit nervous.
No, I know, you get that kind of like, right?
I just don't want to make an arse of myself again.
Awesome. So we are not targeting you at all to see you explode yourself in the first 5 minutes. No pressure. Everybody, Kerrash is in the orange Sidewinder. So hopefully he will last a bit longer this time. And you will actually get to ram him. Okay, I'm going to assume that everyone's ready now. Okay, commanders. Going in 3, 2, 1. Go! And Commander Kerrash there now, not going all guns a-blazing in the first 3 minutes, but he's taking a more considered approach. Somebody's already stuck in the superstructure there. That's Kiana's Geek. Kiana's Geek is having trouble with his Sidewinder today. It is not going so well for him. Commander Kerrash there, 97%. He's taken that corner quite wide. But he's managed to get it back under control. In the Sidewinder there, Commander Moose. Commander Moose took a big tumble into the superstructure last time. Not sure Commander Moose actually hit anybody other than himself last time around. But even so, it was an impressive explosion, and we like impressive explosions. Commander Sellers Lake, oh no! He turned around, he got turned around, he went face first into another player. Now he's just, is he okay? He's stunned, he's now driving at the superstructure. He needs to turn himself around and get himself under control, otherwise it's going to be over very soon for that brave commander. Commander Chris Hankey still at 88%. He is managing to hold it together. He's taking the slow and secure route around the inner ring. Commander Kerrash there, also going very tight around there. Oh, and he just caught a wing there, caught a wing as he was going around that. Oh, and I've got an orca in my face. That's useful. Got an orca in my face, and the orca is now chaffing. Who was that? Mike Jenner. I'm being photobombed by an orca. Commander Mike Jenner, who was one of my PvP buddies yesterday, giving me some chaff in the face to celebrate tonight's marvellous event. Commander Kerrash there, 68% hull. He's managing to do much better, but he's going in a different direction from everybody else. This brave commander is really taking his life in his hands. Everybody is aiming for him as he goes the wrong way around. Well, not the wrong way, obviously there's no wrong way, but he's the only one going that way. It's incredibly brave, or stupid. One of the two, not sure. Well, it turns out possibly stupid as he goes face first into the toaster. But he's at 46%. Still not doing too bad at all. Now, a lot of these commanders here. Commander Bubble at 87%. Commander Bubble, you're not trying hard enough. I don't. Just... Oh, somebody's out. Somebody's out. Not sure who that is. Commander Chiana's Geek is down to 27%. Commander Bubble still playing it very safe. He's obviously spent far too much time in Scotland. He's used to just... Oh, somebody else dead. Somebody else exploded. It's all over for whoever that is. Oh, and Moose there took a massive tumble into the superstructure. Head-butted it twice and lost almost 2/3 of his hull in one hit. Sellers and Lake, they're doing well at 37%. Could this be Sellerson's game today? And Commander Nat's right there, showing the calm confidence we've come to expect of her. Somebody's rubber banding around a little bit there. Who's that? Commander Moose down to 8%. He's finding it hard to stay out of the superstructure. He's out of the arena. What's he doing out there? Get back in the arena. Oh, and he's back in again. He's back in again. But he may be going a little bit too fast for his own. There he is. He's out. Commander Goose is... His goose is cooked. Well and truly. Who have we got left in? Sellers and Lake, 37%. Commander Bubble, 63%. He's definitely playing it safe. You're not in Glasgow now. Commander Nat's right, 36%. Where is Commander Kerrash? Is he out? Did he explode without us seeing? Kerrash?
Yeah.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, Commander Kerrash is out, but he's done a good job. He managed to stay in for most of the match. We are down to a few commanders left now. Nat's right, 11%. Commander Bubble going in the opposite direction to Nat's right. He's at 57%. I think it might be just these two players left in here now. And this is a combination that we've seen in the final before. Nat's right, down to 11%, and it's not looking good for this pilot because one solid hit and Bubble is going to take her out. He's still got 57% hull. His time in Scotland is obviously doing him well. He knows how to stay out of trouble. Sorry, my dad lives in Scotland. I'm not in any way insulting Scotland. Glasgow is quite scary though. That's it. Commander Nat's right is out. Bubble took her out. They went nose to nose. He lost 10%, she lost 11%, and that was the end of the game for Commander Nat's right. Commander Bubble is the victor of this. Oh, who's that though? Is that somebody? No, that's Commander Crash going in again. Congratulations to Commander Bubble, who is the second round winner of this event. Do we want a final round?
I think Commander Abacus is in, so I think he'd like to have at least one round if he can.
Yeah. Excellent. So, those of you, Bubble, go and get yourself repaired. I'm going to go and get another glass of wine is what I'm going to do. And everybody get yourselves out, get in your sidewinders, turn your shields off, get into the airlock bowl and wait for me to come back with a full glass of wine. I'll be right back.
Oh, sorry folks if I let you down there. I thought I could have held that together for the last little bit. But yeah, no, I had a couple of scrapes with a few commanders out. I don't know who it was who finally did take me out. But yeah, that was quite hair-raising, I must admit. I wasn't expecting it to go that way, but ooh, scary. I don't know how everyone else. I think it was Shiana's Geek who just caught me.
Oh, awesome. You know what we haven't done yet? You won't be able to hear this, but the people who are watching my stream will. You know what time it is, people? Before the very last go, it's hammer time. Doris? Oh, I don't think Doris is turned on. No! Hang on. Doris? It's hammer time. Yay! MC Hammer for the win! The Hammer of Slough has spoken. Little interlude there.
Excellent. OMG, there's an orca in the... Whoa.
There's an orca. No orcas allowed, I'm afraid. No. Jenna, Mike, Jenna, get your orca out of the... Get your orca out.
I think this needs... You see the poor little sidewinders all swimming out the way.
Everybody avoid the orca. Everybody avoid the orca. Who else is in there? Okay, we've now got an asp in there as well. Okay, Angel Moore, Mike Jenner. Get your oversized ships out of my arena right now. Right. Okay. Anyone not ready? Mike Jenner, you can be in charge of chaff. We've got quite a few. Oh, okay, somebody's got to repair. Yeah, Mike Jenner can be the final boss, but after. Okay, so here's the deal. This time the final boss can ram the winner, but not. Okay. Oh, I think we were just waiting for a couple of people to repair up because of that interloper. We need that music, don't we?
Someone in the
Actually, the Hammer Time music is quite...
yeah, true.
The Hammer Time music is quite appropriate as well. Right. Everybody who's that, like, flinging themselves around? Simulator! Simulator, stay still! Jesus!
Boom!
Mike Jenner, yeah, I know. Seriously, I just wanted to visit Slough. I get here with this. Are you intimidated by our sidewinders, Mike? Is that what's going on? He's scared of our sidewinders. Hey, Furat Rusticulus is here and ready to compete.
Yay!
Awesome sauce. We were just, and I've got him targeted. Commander Rusticulus, seriously, props to you and your crew. 31,500 light year, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Rescue job. You guys are insane. Just so you also have far too much time on your hands, but there you go. Not enough pink fluffers though. No, my pink fluffer is inside the space station right now. Right, okay. Anyone not ready? Okay, commanders. Okay. Commanders. We are going in. We are going in. 3, 2. Commander Abacus is in there. 1. Go! And we have got some elite dangerous royalty in the arena tonight. Kerrash taking a big hit in the face, not the face! Right from the off, he's lost 20% of his hull. Commander Bubble there playing it safe. Commander Moose there again. Commander Moose is a crazy fall tonight. He's been having far too much coffee, I feel. Commander Sellers and Lake is going to have a look at Commander Moose. I think it might be a bit the worse for wear. Commander Aiden Abacus there spinning and spinning. He's down to 48%. A lot of the royalty that we have in the arena tonight. Oh! Thank you, whoever that was. Somebody just donated and I've no idea who it is because I haven't got any of my menus sorted out. Thank you so much, whoever that was. Oh! Voice attacks just stopped as well. Everything's going wrong. Commander Moose. Commander Aiden Abacus still at 48%, and I see Commander Kerrash there. He is still going around, and he's at 80%. He's managing to stay out of trouble. Natalie Wright there, staying on that inner ring. She's at 69%. That's a good number to be at this time on a Friday night. Commander Simulator, 44%. Commander Simulator there. I think Commander Simulator has lost most of her hull before the match even began, but you've got to admire this pilot's spirit here in the arena tonight. She doesn't care if the event hasn't even started yet. She's just determined to destroy herself with the superstructure, and there she goes. She's down to 0%. Boom! Commander Simulator is out of the match. Commander Nat's right, still going strong. Kerrash there, an interesting strategy. He is hugging that interior of the superstructure. He's going to get himself tangled up in the toast rack if he's not careful. Commander Nat's right. Commander Kerrash. Commander Moose at 40%. Commander Moose actually managing to stay in a straight line and on course for a change. Oh, no, there he goes. He's off. He's flinging himself all over the place. Commander Kerrash taking... Oh, he's down to 13%. Commander Kerrash may be in trouble. Somebody's boosting. That was maybe a Commander Bubble there. It was a brave boost. He was aiming for a little huddle of players. Oh! And who was that? Was that you, Kerrash?
Yeah.
I heard you swearing. Well, not swearing, but...
I said it swear.
Commander Channer's Geek there at 48%. Doing well. Commander Goose managing to... Oh, Commander Goose, I think, has just come out of the airlock having respawned. Where is our royalty? Aiden Abacus, are you out? I think Aiden Abacus may be out, and I think Rusticulus may be out. They may be elite royalty, but there is no such thing as privilege here in the Demolition Derby arena. Every player is equal, and every player is equally likely to smash themselves to pieces on the superstructure, as we're about to see. Kiana's Geek is stuck inside the superstructure. Can he untangle himself before it's all over for this small sidewinder? He can. Aiden Abacus was killed by Commander Kerrash.
Oh,
Royalty, elite dangerous royalty, having at it in my Demolition Derby arena. I'm so proud I've created a monster. And who's that going too fast around the superstructure? Again, Kiana's Geek is getting tangled up, not really hitting anybody other than himself in the face repeatedly with a space station. Commander Bubbles down to 1% is surely over. Bar the shouting for this brave commander. He's often a very well-respected player, but he's now playing it incredibly safe. Too safe. He got tangled up with the toaster, and there he is done. We're down to just 2 players now. We've got Kiana's Geek at 19%. Nat's Right at 5%. Ah, you see, I mean, the odds look in the favour of Kiana's Geek, because one hit and Commander Nat's Right is going to be out. But we've seen things turn around from this position before. If Kiana's Geek gets too excited, gets himself tangled in the superstructure, then it's just as likely that he will lose his 19% before Nat's Right loses her 5. And in fact, we've seen commanders. Oh, but there it is, face to face, and they both blew. No, no, no. Oh, no, they did. They both blew themselves up. It's a draw. Gianna's Geek and Nat's Right, face to face, pancaked each other into the superstructure. And they are both out. No one is a member of the 1% Club Millstone Barn. That is a club that is very exclusive indeed. Well, I think we've only had 1%, one 1% club member. But congratulations to both of you. I mean, I guess a Nat's Whisker would give it to Gianna's Geek, because Nat's Right blew up just marginally before him. That was down to percentages rather than skill or luck. And you know what you've done? You have stolen from the boss level Orca. You've stolen the kill right. So I tell you what I'm going to have to do in order to make up for it, the boss level. I'm going to turn off report crimes against me, and if you're listening to this, Mike Jenner, I will sacrifice myself to your boss. So if you want to see an Orca, the awesome power of an Orca ramming, Orca can boss me now. I'm going to go to external camera so you can see the awesome might of the Orca coming in for the kill. I see it there turning. He's chaffing. He's lining himself up. He's heading for me. I think that's him anyway. Is that the Orca? It's hard to tell. There's lots of chaff going off out there in space. Yep, there he is. Oh! Oh! He didn't manage to kill it though. He's aiming, he's aiming. He's going to go back. He's chaffing as he lines up his shot. He's going to send me straight to hell through the superstructure of the space station. The Orca's coming in for the kill. And... oh! He missed again! The shields are offline. I'm down to 66%. It's surely all over. This Orca is ramming my... This is a pretty tough Cobra, right? This is a tough little sucker. Oh, here he comes again. Here he comes again. He's lining up for a shot. Oh, it's Shannon Maris subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Oh no!
Am I too close to the superstructure, maybe?
The toast rack is magnetised and it's pulling him away.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a... There you are, clear a shot. Where is he?
When they've been 2 kilometres away.
Oh, there he is! Oh!
Ooh. 15%.
Still got 15%. Wow. This is one tougher. You see, this is actually the oh, my shields are back up again. It's crazy. I haven't even got any pips in my shield. This is actually the you created a monster, because this is the Cobra that you helped me build, Mike. Come on then, nose to nose. Nose to nose. Oh, that wasn't him.
Utter madness. I love it.
Utter madness. So this is the fun that we have sometimes when we're just all in open and just being stupid together. But congratulations to everybody. Brilliant. Oh, there we go. Hey! Congratulations to everybody, to our winners. Nat's right for being a very close second there on that third match. Congratulations to Kerrash. How do you feel?
I thought that was hilarious fun. Actually, I don't care that I blew up. That was just great fun. Oh.
It's kind of the point, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like we were saying at the start, it's just creating these moments of gameplay and having the fun. That's what the game has always been about, and it's great to see people coming up with these ideas. And that's what I've definitely got to do that again. That's just
Yay! Well, listen, sign up for the event. There's going to be a load of different sports. We've got some really fun things that we're going to be trying out. And people on my stream on a Sunday at the moment are helping me try out the different sports that we've got organised to make sure that they work. And yeah, soon trademark. Mad Dog is saying it's going to be beginning of October, but we just need to make sure that Ed and Zach are both good with the date before we announce it, and then we'll open up that subreddit and people can start applying to take part. And there may even be some real world prizes from Frontier for the winners. So that's how awesome they are in supporting us. So yeah, cool. Thank you everybody for taking part.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was really, really great. I love the, hearing it from two sides as well, I think is a great thing to do. Just having that kind of like spectator sort of perspective, commentating on it. That's wonderful.
I'm really looking forward to actually and we're going to have Fiery Toad's going to be the judge, like the umpire. So he'll have a really sort of central role and a central view of everything, and then me and Mad Dog are going to commentate it, and we've got Bubbles going to be our trackside reporter, interviewing people after the events as well. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, there's more people.
Oh, Raya's here as well. Hi, Raya.
That's the thing. Everyone loves the explosion, so they're all in there now.
Yeah, exactly. Wanton death and destruction. That's what it's all about. We're in spaceships with guns, right? Is it ever supposed to be about anything else?
Oh dear, brilliant. I love the fact that the orca just is so big and heavy it just can't aim at all.
I know. But when it hits you, you know about it.
Yes, absolutely. It's got some weight behind it, and it's so big. I think just seeing the sense of scale. I mean, you've seen other little ships near the superstructure as well, like the Sidewinders, and you realise how damn big these things are.
Yeah.
It's like, uh-oh, someone didn't have report crimes. Who was that?
Uh-oh.
I think it was the orca. Pop goes the orca.
Oh, no.
Mike Jenner is now dust.
He rammed somebody who didn't have. You see, that's the other thing as well. Is if you don't want to play, then just don't have report crimes against me. Turn off the space station will take care of everyone for you.
Yep, done and dusted in seconds. Oh, well, that's brilliant. Have you got an idea of how many events you've got lined up at all?
Yeah, well, it was six events. So, and I don't want to sort of say all of them yet, because we have to change some of them because if they don't work. But if you want sneak previews, then me and Mad Dog and Toad, I think, are going to be trying out some of the events that we haven't tried yet. But some of the things that we've already tried, which we know are going to work, is the Deadly Space Station Dash. So basically, everybody, this is a Sidewinder Sports Day, so it's all going to be Sidewinder. So it's going to be really affordable for everybody, because there will be exploding spaceships, basically. So the Deadly Space Station Dash is everybody's outside in their Sidewinders, all lined up behind the starter. The starter says 3, 2, 1, go, and you shields off basically, and you have to race in, touch the back wall, and race out again. And the first person out is the winner. And the reason you have shields turned off is so that we can tell that you've hit the back wall, because there will be some hull damage to you. If you come out without any hull damage, then you haven't hit anything, which means you haven't, touched the back wall, basically. And also there's some jeopardy as well, because if you hit the back wall too hard, then you explode. And there's a couple of other sports that we're trying. I want to try and figure out a space station that we can do like a speedway, like a race around the ring. There's a couple of space stations, so we need to find one near here that's got a ring around the inner ring. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, secondary.
Race around, yeah. The hungry haulers, which we've done before, which is a hauler. Basically, everybody gets in haulers. This is one that isn't in Sidewinders. It's kind of weird for a Sidewinder sports day, but haulers are very affordable as well. Everybody gets in haulers, and we get 100 pieces of cargo, and we drop them, and people have to scoop them by hand and see who gets the most, basically. So there's 6 events like that, all just sort of like silly events. There's one big team event which we're planning, which would be quite good. And one event which I'm really looking forward to, which I will tell you about because I think it's going to work, is a race to the umpire from inside. So you start inside the station. Everybody lines up. The umpire goes to 10k outside the station in a random direction, so nobody's got them on sensors. And then you've got to basically race and be the first person to touch the umpire 10k away. So there's an element of strategy in terms of finding them, and then you've got to get there as quick as possible. But in the meantime, at the last minute, all the way around the umpire, which is you've got to touch, the other umpires would have dropped proximity mines. So you could very well find yourself coming into a face full of proximity mine.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, I can't wait for this. It's going to be great, and it's fantastic that Frontier are getting behind it as well. I think that they're really keen to kind of help with these kind of events. If and I think this is what I've said it all along, is if we want to do something in the game, if we can get enough people interested in it and behind it, Frontier are 100% willing to support it and get it to be a real thing, like the community goals, like the events like this. I mean, when you first did the protoscope with the you can't change the laws because it's going to break everything, and it's wonderful that if we come up with these ideas and we say we really want these things in the game, they'll do whatever they can to make it a thing. It's
they're absolutely the most accessible bunch of people, game developers that I've ever come across. It's exciting times, and I just can't wait for planetary landings for Horizon. Seriously, it's just going to be, it's one step towards what it will be eventually. But to be able to just get, to be able to do the sports that we're doing now in space, and be able to have, other ways of doing them in
the vehicles,
not on moons and stuff. It's just going to be so much fun.
just crazy amount of content you can create from a few simple rules, and that's the important thing, is having a believable universe with real rules in it and everything like that. It allows you to have this area where you can make up these crazy ideas, and I think that's because a lot of people, they say, oh, it's not a sandbox because you can't create something, but I think people are kind of narrow-minded when they look at that. So they're expecting to create something physical in the game, like an object, and it's like, well, no, we're creating gameplay, these events, these things that happen, these stories, these little interactions between players, like the fuel rats going off and rescuing someone. This is all content. This is all what it's about. This is what the game is meant to be from the very beginning as a sandbox, is players can create these experiences they want to create. That's what people have been missing, I think.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think, it was interesting because we had this discussion a while ago, and it was, I think it was Shanarai that made a really interesting post about it, saying, there are content creators and content consumers. Yeah. And I think, we're doing this, we're kind of creating our own content, and some people prefer to have content made for them and consume it, and that's also fine. It's a perfectly valid style of gameplay.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I think what we've got at the moment suits us content creators very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And Negral's just hit the nail on the head there. It's emergent gameplay. It's these fantastic, silly little things, and Frontier have been supporting that from day one. I mean, when we first started doing the stupid speed docking thing, next thing we know is that Adam Woods was behind it, and it was featured in PC, and it just exploded. It just turned into this crazy event from a stupid little idea. So Frontier have been behind these emergent gameplay ideas from the very beginning, and going way back, like smuggling. They had no idea how people were going to react to the rules of that, so they put in front of us a version of the game that worked with certain mechanics, let us play it, and then saw us doing these crazy things. And I think it was Isa Nona was the first one who did the silent running smuggling. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
And at the time I was in the office and I told the guys about the video. They watched it. It's like, that is so cool. We never thought about that as a mechanic. And since then they've just really amped it up. They've made the smaller ships are more capable at smuggling and things like that. So it's great to see.
Yeah, yeah. We just had it was awesome. We just had some sidewinder orca bowling over here. A load of sidewinders all lined up, and the orca rammed us all. And I think he got 5 out of 7 down.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, sidewinder orca bowling. There's a sport. There is a sport. Awesome. That's one that we got to work on. Line up a bit. So if you get 2 people in orcas and get 10 people, and the sidewinders are basically the bowling the pins. Ah, somebody else is in a pink sidewinder. Who's that?
Oh, I need to buy the skin now. It's no good. It's no good. I can't go around.
Raya's in a pink sidewinder. Woohoo!
I need to fab it up. It's no good. It's no good. I'm letting the side down.
Raya does awesome. Everybody follow Raya, by the way. She does awesome streams, and she films all of the Black Fleet stuff as well. So yeah, they're a very cool bunch of people. I've had a lot of fun with them the last couple of weeks. Aces. Did you want another one more demo derby then, people?
I've headed away now, but if you've
Oh,
got it on,
have you?
yeah, if
Okay.
you've got it on your side, then by all means, yeah.
You've headed away. It's cool. Let's just do some more. Telling us
It's awesome. Yeah, Negrel's saying there as well as getting onto these low gravity planets and having races around things like that. It's going to be crazy, isn't it? There's so much income at it, and I think that's the thing that I've been trying to say from the very beginning. It's not what we have now. It's this groundwork that Frontier are laying to allow us to have more things in the future. There's so many more things that can come out just by having. Just the simple addition of having surface vehicles suddenly makes it a completely different game. There's so much you can do with that then, which is going to be great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Very, very exciting stuff. we're making him squee himself to death.
Oh, no, it is great. I mean, I've had the privilege of seeing a little bit of it in the flesh, and to see that first peak of the week in the newsletter this time around with the actual picture of horizons on the surface. The first thing we've seen on there. It's great. It's like I can finally say yes, I've seen that. It looks great. It looks awesome, and just the little things as well. The fact that it's seamless. There is no transition. You head straight down, and it's going to be fantastic. Can't wait.
Are you sure there's nothing you can tell us though? Just a little, I know there's no point in trying to press you because Dog spent physical time with you, making you drink alcohol, and you still didn't relent. So.
I think I don't know if I've actually said that I've seen it before or not, but I probably just let that slip. I've seen it. It's real. It's not fake.
You heard it here, people. You heard it here.
But I think that's the great thing, is that I see these things and then people kind of say these comments and it's like, oh, it looks all right, but what will it look like when it's out? And it's like that. It's like
Yeah. That's the thing, because there's a tendency, isn't there, to think that it's all a bit smoke and mirrors, and people put out lovely concept art and all the rest of it. But is that really what it's going to look like? But it really is what it's going to look like.
Yeah. Like I
These
said,
are really genuinely in-game shots and everything. So yeah, I can't wait. Cannot wait. Oh, I'm getting eaten by orca. Now I know how the poor dolphins feel. But tell you what though, this dolphin's got rail guns.
Yeah, that's gonna bite. Quick question there from Negrel. Isn't orbital cruise a loading transition sort of like super cruise to normal space? I haven't seen the... They haven't finalised the orbital cruise thing, so I don't know whether or not that's going to work in the same sort of way. The thing with the super cruise drop to normal space is it's a difficult thing. It's not really like a transition. It's kind of giving the engine time to load in the assets that you might see in that area, which is why you see it when you're dropping from super cruise to a station, because it suddenly has to construct a station very quickly, which is why there's a little bit of a delay. But the great thing about the planetary landing stuff is you pick a point on the surface and you go to it. There is no kind of you're picking a point of interest and you have to go to these points of interest on the surface. It's completely seamless. You see a nice looking crater, head towards it.
Right, yeah. Nice.
It looks
Nice.
great.
Do you know, the levels of content that potentially gives us is just insane, really.
Yeah. Suddenly, when you start looking at the scale of these planets and you realise that they're thousands of kilometres in radius, and you start thinking of the surface area of those things, it's like it's like the scale of GTA 5 a million times over. Now, of course, the first thing that people are going to say is like, oh, but there's not as much content there because these surfaces haven't got as many features and things like that. Well, that's kind of the point. Space is a barren, empty, lonely space. You know, it's going to feel like that. That's why there's points of interest which are going to be interesting places to go to. But of course, you can do that thing where you can head down to the surface, sneak down, and no one might see you land there. You can smuggle away some goods and stick them there, and you know, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. No, very, 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 very exciting stuff.
Cannot wait. Space is galactic in there. Space is a wee bit on the big side. Yes. Space is big, very big.
Yeah, it's an interesting comment though as well, because I guess that there still needs to be mechanisms and things going on that makes people kind of group together.
Absolutely.
You know, and kind of gravitate to certain areas, because otherwise it is going to be very lonely out there. You know, there is an awful lot of space for everybody to kind of roam around in. So yeah, Mad Dog's in my stream going, so lonely, and sad and alone.
bless. But yeah, no, and this is kind of the thing that Frontier have been trying to do with like the community goals and combat zones and things like that. People don't realise that the reason why they're doing these things is to try and draw people together, because it is so big, it's very hard to see. I mean, we were just there in Slough, just doing that event. It was great to see my radar lit up with players there, you know, dozens of players around us. But yeah, space is really big, even with the hundreds of thousands of players playing the games every day. It's hard to bump into people. That's because it's so big.
Yeah. Unless you want to, in which case you know, go and participate in the community goals or go to the central systems where you know you're going to meet people. So it's great. It means you have the choice, basically, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
That's all good.
Some questions coming in there. Millstone Baron. No, you shouldn't see any of those not actual game footage things on there, because by Jove, they've done it. Yes, it looks brilliant. Looks absolutely brilliant. Garzini. When I have Horizons info, when I have Horizons, will I have everything I need to recreate the Frontier intro? Unfortunately, not 100%, because obviously the Frontier intro was landing on an Earth-like world, which is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
But I still think we can record various sections of it and glue it together, and at least use a planet, a rocky planet, as a placeholder, because it would be nice to see it. And I know the guys at Frontier would really appreciate us in the community going out and doing something like that for them and making a really cool video. It would be awesome. Come on.
One thing that actually when I was on one Vigor stream, and Ed was on the stream with us, and I was asking him about external debug camera mode on the landers, the things. It'd be such a shame if you cannot get into a nice, external camera mode when you're down, because that's, I think, for a lot of people, getting, making movies and getting those kind of like, beauty shots exterior without all of the sort of interior of the cockpit kind of paraphernalia getting in the way, that's going to be a big draw for people as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and you're going to get some fantastic screenshots from that. I think they would be silly to not allow us to do it. The only technical hurdle the only technical hurdle I can see with that is maybe stopping the ship, the external camera, from going through the surface and looking bad and things like that. So they may hold us back until that's solved, but I would love to see it. I mean, we all know that debug camera is just there for exactly that. It's not designed for part of the gameplay. It is designed just for fun, so we can make cool screenshots. But of course, they have to balance it. If you can get an unfair advantage by going into debug mode, parking your SRV up, and kind of moving the camera around behind a building so you can see people coming, it gets a little bit, it gives you a bit of a gameplay advantage, and it becomes tricky. In space, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? You can move around 10 meters from your ship in an orbit. If you're there on the ground, that might give you a bit of an unfair advantage. So they're going to have to really think about whether or not they allow us to do that. So.
Oh, but you need to be able to take pictures of
I
all the
know,
lovely things
I
that you
know.
see.
I know.
What if we promise not to use it to gain a competitive advantage, but only to make really pretty
Please,
pictures? How about
please, for dear,
we
please,
promise. We
please,
promise.
please.
We're complete.
I know.
Trust me.
See. This is the thing. Every time I see the argument, it's like, oh, they won't let us do this. It's like they're ruining it. They're being really mean and stuff like that. And I always think back, and it's like, there's got to be some justified reason why they've made that decision, and there always is. Whenever there's a decision in a game, it's not because they're being mean or anything, or they didn't want to implement it. It usually is. It's like they'll try it, they'll do it, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. And then one of the guys will pop up and say, yeah, but by doing that, it breaks these 3 other things. And then like, oh, damn, you know.
No, exactly. And we need to, sometimes people, I think, when they complain about things, they need to check themselves and actually remember that the people who are making this game are proper game enthusiasts. I mean, the David gave birth to the genre of sandbox games because he wanted something more interesting to play than the coin drop arcade port. So he's not going to do something that isn't in the interests of making it awesome. I've said this before. I'm on record as having said this before. So.
Yeah. But no, it's unfortunate. It's the first conclusion that people jump to is the fact that they're trying to be mean. And I've seen them there in the office doing these things, and they want to do all the coolest stuff. And whenever someone makes a suggestion saying it's like, oh, we want this, we want that, and it's like I can imagine them stood there kind of like biting their lip, thinking it's like, yes, we've done that and we want to give it to you, but it's not ready yet, or there's something else blocking it or something, because there's always more cool features that they can do and great stuff they want to add into the game if it's not already there. I mean, my goodness, I mean, David first mentioned surface vehicles to me in E3 last year, in 2014, and I didn't say anything about it because I didn't know whether or not they'd spoken about it. But so that means they must have at least been playing with it for a year. You know what I mean? Imagine what they have now.
I know. God, wouldn't it be nice just to be able to go and get a midnight pass to the Frontier offices, to with all the computers turned on and everything, with nobody stopping you from seeing what they're working with?
Just go and have a look.
Like the borrowers just creeping at midnight.
just leave your screens on. We just have a little sneaky peek. And I know that there's silly things I've seen as well, like the debug cam. They've got a mode in the internal build which is basically limitless. You can move the camera out as far as you want or as close as you want, and you can get some really awesome looking shots by moving the camera out to these crazy angles. And it's not just stuck on an orbit, you can actually kind of rotate it separately when it's out and stuff like that. And it's wonderful to see that they've got these tools in-house and they can do these cool things. But like I said, it's like, oh yeah, but we couldn't give you free-form access to move 2 kilometers from your ship and rotate around because it would be game breaking and things like that. But it was lovely to see that they've got these things behind closed doors,
Yeah. And if they're behind closed doors, then we can get them out.
What's this?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely. Arathon's done a sneaky peek. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Let me see if I can get that on the screen. A sneaky peek. Planetary landings on a jungle world. That's a nice one.
Open the link because you're 40 seconds behind.
There's a little bit of that's good. That's good. I like that.
Is that Mike Jenner's Orca? Kerrash Landing.
But that's
some pretty good photoshopping.
Good Photoshop, yeah.
Such a short notice. Nice.
It does look like that's maybe the Far Cry screenshot, perhaps something like that. I did like that. So I'm sorry, I've spoiled it now, but it does give you a taste of what's the possible, things that we're going to see in the future game, and that's what I love about it. That's why I've always been so enthusiastic about the game, is because, damn, look at it, look at what is possible if we get behind it and support it. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Rusticulous has got his, he's here and he's got his fuel rat ship out and he's dishing out fuel to everybody who wants it.
It's free
Just
fuel.
for no other reason than he can. I'm going for some fuel. My cargo bay is full apparently. I haven't got a cargo bay. Does that mean I can't take fuel?
Oh, no, you can, he has, I think, does he target you and he has to send a limpet to you to attach it, I think?
Flashing him like crazy. he going to give me fuel? Is he going to give me fuel? Let's have a look. If those of you who haven't seen this work already, it's kind of cool because the fuel limpet comes into your cargo bay there. So I've
Oh, it
opened
is
my
pretty awesome
cargo
to see.
bay. And that's our amazing fuel rat who spent God knows how many hours traversing the galaxy to, from the goodness of their hearts, to rescue poor players stranded without fuel. They've got caught short. Imagine how bad that would be, especially if you're like 31,500 light years out.
Oh,
You're
crazy.
stuck. The only thing you can do is either self-destruct or phone the fuel rats. I'm waiting here patiently for my fuel.
If you can find them.
I've got my cargo bay open. I'm sitting in space with my bits hanging out, waiting for somebody to send me some fuel.
That's a challenge for the community. I think the fuel rats need a theme tune. They absolutely do. Something in the style of A-Team, I think, would be
Yeah.
appropriate.
Or the what's that?
Oh, like Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some talented musicians actually. Carl Brecken is. I'm going to play some of his stuff on Sunday. He's a talented musician. We got some talented musicians. Somebody should write them a theme tune. There we are. Here we are.
Absolutely.
I've got fuel. Oh, straight in my cargo scoop. Thank you very much, Ridiculous. Filling me up nicely there.
Awesome.
There it goes. That's the module now emptied itself and it's now falling away from my cargo scoop. So there you go, people. Have you ever wondered what it's like to receive fuel from a rat? Live on my stream. A pink sidewinder being refueled by a rat.
Awesome. I think Arathon's just said he's found a suitable home system for him. It's called Fuel. I've got to find that on the galaxy map. Yeah, I was just showing a nice little piece of. Where's that screenshot gone? There it is. Which we've all seen this. I think it was from the Xbox One launch trailer. This is the F-63 Condor being spat out of a launch bay from the underside of an Anaconda there, which was that nice little tease that they did. But we've yet to see that in game.
No.
But yeah, but going back to what I said earlier, this is the problem. It's like they've obviously got these assets. They wouldn't be showing us a video if they didn't. Some artists hadn't sat down and made this launch bay, so it obviously exists. It's there. It sits on someone's hard drive in that building. We're just not seeing it yet for some very good reason. There must be a reason why we're not seeing it. It's just a matter of time. We will see it.
So this is a new emergent gameplay. We're playing football with a used limpet now.
Excellent. Of course, once it's used, it doesn't take any more damage, so it won't explode.
Brilliant.
Oh, excellent. Oh, can you imagine that on the surface, doing that with vehicles and things like that? It'd be brilliant. It'd be like Rocket League.
Seriously. There you go. Go. Kick. Hey! Oh, he's chaffing in my face now. Oh, yeah.
I can never keep a straight face when I hear you say that one.
Oh, do you know what I wanted? I'm going to put a challenge out to a few people that I know to create a firework display with chaff launchers for the end of our big sporting event, because
awesome.
they look really pretty when they're all timed and people are spinning and chaffing and spinning and chaffing. It's kind of a bit awesome.
That'd be brilliant.
More awesome than it should be, really.
That would be great. I mean, you could have the three ships lined up almost like they're on pedestals for second place and all that, and then you can have someone chaffing behind them. Oh, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah. No, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
Oh, dear. And exactly, whoever said there wasn't any content in the game, it's obviously they weren't thinking hard enough.
As long as there are cool people to hang out with, there will always be content.
Absolutely. That's...
Actually, no, I'm going to add something to that. As long as there are cool people to hang out with and rules to be broken.
Yes, the rules are just put there to test us, and then we can break them.
I've been playing video games and professionally for 20 years. You know, I started out reviewing games in 1995, and one of the first things, everybody that I've known who is a keen gamer, one of the first things you do when you get a new game is you see which of the rules of the mechanics of the game you can break. You know, if you
Yep.
get a racing game, how far off the track can I get? Simulator, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, Simulator. That's awesome of you. Yeah, you find out how far you can push the boundaries of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's that's kind of part of it as well. I think that the modding community in Rockstar are beginning to pull back on it a bit now, but for the last few years, Rockstar have really unofficially encouraged the modding community, because it's shown them how they can what they can do with the game, what they need to improve with the game, what they need to sort of shut down on the game, but also the things that they can actually use to enhance the game to make it more interesting for people. So yeah, I think definitely people trying to break the game by seeing how far they can push it is one of the most important parts of being part of a game community.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, proof is in the pudding. I did it tonight, and everyone was going around one way in the ring, and I thought, oh, sod it, I'm going that way because
Exactly.
I can. I want to break this. I think we've all done that. It's like the first thing I always do in a racing game is go around the course backwards.
Yeah. I always see how far off. And when I got into GTA 5, the first thing I wanted to do was see how many of the buildings I could actually destroy. It's disappointingly few of them, but
But that's the great thing about when you're building a game up is, I've always said it, people focus too much on making games realistic. They're always thinking about the graphics and making it visually real and that's a wonderful thing, and I think people are doing some fantastic things to get it to be photorealistic. But for me, the key element has always been about making a world that you can believe, where it reacts in a way that you can imagine is accurate. In GTA you see some fantastic people walking around with cups of coffee, and then you fire your gun, they all drop them and run and scatter. It feels like the world is reacting to you in a believable way, and I think that's in many ways more important than making the graphics real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we want to be able to, especially in this age of interactive entertainment, more and more I hear this phrase more and more, is the age of sort of mass customization, and the fact that we want to have an influence over the things that we have in our lives. And it's that very thing, that being able to get the game to react to you is so much more fulfilling than just going in and playing a linear storyline and having it behave in the same way for everybody who comes to play it. You want to feel like you're a little bit different and a little bit special.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a very good point for me. I will sign off on a bit of a tease, because we are running over at 10 now. So I mean, I don't know if you want to go on longer, Kate. I'm welcome to go on longer.
Oh no, we're good. I know you
good?
haven't eaten yet either as well, so you should probably go and get some food.
So I will say, in terms of customization, there is some unannounced customization which is coming up, which looks awesome. It looks absolutely amazing. I want to see it. I really want to see it.
It's got something to do with the crafting and stuff. Or
No.
not? No.
Something else. I'm not saying anything more. So, but yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be, I know, I'm such a tease. So I will sign off on that. Thank you very much, Kate. It's been absolutely wonderful to have you on tonight. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, and likewise. Thank you so much for participating and visiting Slough.
Absolutely.
Don't be a stranger. Come back and visit again
I
sometime.
will, absolutely. Next time I see you, I'm going to race over there next time I see you on there.
Yay. Yeah, thank you for taking part in the demo derby, though. We have a lot of fun doing it, and I'm glad you got to experience it with us.
Yes, finally. It's been wonderful. It's been really, really great fun. And thank you to everyone who's tuned in on the chat, and it's been great to interact with you guys. I always love it. That's what it's all about on this stream, is interacting with you folks, so thank you very much. But we will sign off now, and hopefully we will see you soon next week, and yes, I think we're done. Thank you very much, Kate. Thank you, guys.
Oh, somebody's just subscribed right at the end. Garrick, thank you so much for the subscription. Good night, Commander. Stay safe in the void.
Yes, absolutely. So until next week, folks, see you in the void, Commanders.